Would you relax, Sonny's just gonna ask you a few questions. Is that right, Sonny?
Yeah.
If anything, you should be thanking him for offering to pay your bail. That was a pretty nice gesture.
I've refused bail. Just lock me up until my arraignment.
All right, we're skipping a few steps. We haven't even filed any charges.
You're dragging your feet on purpose, just so he can harass me. That's illegal. I know my rights.
Men who kidnap women and pull a gun out on a kid have no rights. My life is centered around my family, and it really upsets me to know that my son was threatened. It upsets me that my wife is missing, but you know what really gets to me? Is to know that you're responsible.
I was minding my own business. Your son came after me.
I have patience, but I do have limits. You pulled a gun on a kid. And when I think about my son lying in the gutter with a bullet in his head, when I think of my wife being held against her will, it makes me have thoughts of making you suffer for the pain you caused my family.
Hey, man, you're a cop. You can't just stand there and let him threaten me.
I feel like coffee right now. Can you give me some coffee?
Let me get you some. I'll be right back.
I know, hey, you can't leave. If you leave, he's gonna kill me.
What the hell's going on in here?
You can help me. Corinthos is threatening to kill me. This cop is gonna let it happen.
This guy works for Theo Hoffman. We have a witness that can put him at the scene of an attempted murder at the hospital. We also have reason to believe that he's involved in Brenda Barrett's disappearance. Now, I've given him the opportunity to cooperate. Should he choose not to, then I'll file the paperwork.
Don't worry about the paperwork. It'll get lost in the shuffle.
Hey, if you leave, Corinthos will kill me.
That's up to you.
This whole department is corrupt. I want a lawyer!
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get you a phone call. And I'll get you the coffee you wanted, but might have to brew a fresh pot. This stuff's pretty old. Could be a while.
Yeah, there's no problem, because we're going to get better acquainted.
I was just following orders. Hoffman is the guy that you want.
Tell me where I can find him.
All right. Start from the beginning. You leave anything out, I go on my coffee break. We clear? How long you been working for Theo Hoffman?
Since October. He hired me to do some surveillance. He said he wanted someone local to keep an eye on a woman that he knows.
Does this woman have a name?
Brenda Barrett.
Okay, so what, you update Theo how? In person, on the phone, what?
It was all done over the phone.
Well, Theo's been here a few months now. I mean, he could look after Brenda himself. Why does he need to keep paying you?
He had me doing some other stuff.
What kind of other stuff?
I'm not copying anything
Okay,
until
well,
there's a deal.
Well, you know what the deal was? You talk or I go on my coffee break.
He had me steal a van. I got it painted to look like it belonged to the catering company.
Okay, good. Did you drive this van to the Archer Pavilion?
I was told to pull up next to the limo, open the back door, and help some guy put Brenda into the van.
This guy was in the back of the limo?
Yeah, with another woman. She and Brenda were both unconscious.
Then what?
I don't know.
Come on, you're lying to me. You tell me what you know.
That's all I know, cop. All right?
Where's my wife?
Look, I don't know where your wife is, I swear.
She was in the van. Where did you take her?
To the airport.
Put her on a flight?
There was a car waiting by the entrance to the private plane area. I pulled up, and the Vulcan, Theo, and another guy got out.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know it was him? You said you only talked to him on the phone. How do you know it was him?
Well, I didn't know it was him when I pulled up. Brenda was still unconscious, and I helped him and another guy get her out of the van and into the car. And before they pulled away, Theo rolled down his window and told me he would be calling me in the morning with my next assignment. That's when I realized who he was.
Where did the car go?
Back into town.
You sure, or is that what Theo told you to say?
I wouldn't lie to you, I swear.
You better not.
Then what?
I torched the van and walked away. I took a cab back into town, and look, I don't know where Theo took your wife. I swear.
What's this?
Well, you can't survive on coffee alone, so I brought you some chili from Kelly's.
Oh, you, brought two. Does that mean you're gonna eat with me?
If you have a lot of work, I don't want to...
No, you know what? I could totally use a break.
I just don't want to bother you.
You can't bother me, ever.
You insist.
I do.
So, any leads on Brenda?
Yeah. Actually, we got the guy who kidnapped her in custody, courtesy of Michael.
Michael? How's he involved?
Well, he, remember the phone call I got from Molly? She was with him at Kelly's. She thought she saw one of Theo's guys, so Michael followed this guy, thought he could get information on Brenda's whereabouts. Instead, he ended up looking down the barrel of a gun.
Oh my God, is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He actually disarmed the guy. But it was a stupid move, but try telling that to Michael.
So, I mean, was it worth it? Did the guy know anything that was helpful?
Well, he wouldn't talk to me, but then Sonny showed up looking for blood. So I let him talk to him, and he scared him a little bit, and then he talked.
Is that legal?
Look, as long as he's not duct taping a guy's some chair in a living room, I'll take that as a win.
Wow, I'm just happy that you found a middle ground with Sonny and you were able to compromise instead of letting Sonny compromise you.
You know, I'm starting to realize that I don't know if I can ever figure out what I feel for Sonny. I mean, I despise so much about him and what he's done with his life, but at the same time, I've come to admire him for a lot of reasons. I don't know if I can reconcile that, or even if I'm supposed to, if I can.
Do you think that you would feel differently if you knew that Sonny was your father growing up?
No, I mean, I was so mad at my mother for not telling me the truth, but I'm glad she didn't. I wouldn't have been able to handle that as a kid. I always thought my father was just this nameless guy. And when I found out the truth, it was like the best and the worst thing all at once. I mean, I had a face and a name to fill all the gaps, but Sonny as a father, that's not what I wanted or envisioned. But even though we're opposites in almost every way, I can't... How do you walk away from your father? I mean, where there's a bond for life. He's my dad. Wait a minute.
What?
Well, I don't know. What if Theo doesn't want revenge with Brenda? Maybe he wants information from her.
About what? About the son that died?
No, his grandson. What if he thinks Brenda's kid is still alive?